It's another day, which means there's another challenge, another opportunity, another moment to be seized by you. Why would I start it off like that? Almost in parables, you would say. The answer is simple. I have been on a warpath to try my best to make myself available to as many people as possible. And I wanted to make sure that I get this message across. That no matter what you're going through, no matter how bad you think it is, you are not alone. I wanted to get the message across that if you were afraid to battle it, I will battle it with you. Every single person has a moment of weakness or a moment where everything seems so much. And when you have that moment, know that there are people out there willing to go through it with you. All you need to do is reach out and get the help. Dial 988 and you'll be connected to someone who can help you at this very moment. 9888. 3 digits, 3 small little digits will get you all the help you need. And if that's not enough, and you just feel the need that you need to talk to somebody in general, then reach out to me. I am more than willing to go every step of the way with you as you battle this thing. Please don't make a decision we have to live with. Make the decision you can live with. And reach out and get help or dial 988. Let's talk football. What's going on, Pride Nation? It is Hard Knocks Tuesday. I'm going to say it again. Hard Knocks Tuesday. And if you have not heard or you just didn't want to hear or you just not quite sure, today is the day that Hard Knocks is being previewed, okay? And you should be excited about this. This should be something to take in. Obviously, I'm going to be honest. Did I want it? Nope. But it's here, and damn it, I'm going to enjoy it. It's more opportunities for me to see things that I could not see in the media. And this, in and of itself, is exciting. Good people, I am back at this again, doing this thing. Y'all know me, got to have fun while we're here. We're going to be covering Hard Knocks, obviously, how to watch it, where is that, what you should be looking for. We're also going to be talking about the training camp as it still continues. I'm seeing a lot of different conversations come along. We're also going to talk about the preseason game because I want to get more into it because I'm starting to realize some things. And we're going to talk about some of the news. Finally, I'm getting messages for players that the Lions actually need. Let's see who's in the building with me. First person up in the building who comes in is my man Hatter House, who says, let's get it. Friendly neighborhood Lions fan says, what up? I see you right now. He says, you can hate me now, Mackenzie. Roquan, come on down. All right. My man Looney Tunes in the building. We got my man's. Oh, wait. They don't skip that quick. Good grief. I don't want to miss somebody. I want all my peoples in the building to know that I care, right? Here we go. Detroit made me. He says, what up, Luke? What up, Doe? We got Chrome in the building. Go Lions in the building. My man's Rumble is in the building. He said, hit that like button. # roar. Forbidden Knowledge is in the building. Anthony's in the building. Let me see who else in this building with me. I don't want to miss nobody, man. If you in here, put your name in there now. Game Day Express is in the building. We got my man Chrome in the building. All right, let me see. Who else? Q is in the building. Mikhail Holt is in the building. In the Mix is in the building. Alex. Did he change his name to Francisco? You getting also you put a little funk on there. I like it. We got my man Joe Lewis 313 says, made it. Yes, sir. I'm going to try not to be Patty today. I swear. My goal is not to be Patty today. Tomorrow's another story. Today, I'm gonna do my best not to be that person. Cap Ice Cole's in the building. Just Adrian. Jacob Burnley is in the building. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. All right, I think I got everybody that posted. All right, here we go. And Dr. Detroit, he said, yeah, no Patty party. Sometimes it's necessary. It's just necessary. Because I believe that sometimes people attempt to challenge me on things that I'm just like, why? Why must we have this? Tomorrow, I cannot say. Today, Hard Knocks comes on today at 10 p.m. tonight on HBO. So if you have HBO Max, you'll be able to check it out on HBO Max. Are there other ways you can watch Hard Knocks? I'm sure somebody's going to try to get around it by doing something like on YouTube or something like that, cool. I know Pride of Detroit is talking about doing an after show. I thought about doing it at the show. Since how I had to get up at 4 a.m, it's probably not gonna happen. it's probably not gonna happen. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? I'm just here so I don't get fined. People, I'm excited for Hard Knocks because you're going to get a chance to see a lot of things you already seen snippets of, but it will have context to it. And there are going to be certain storylines that's going to be followed, certain players who's going to be followed. You're going to hear a lot of different things, see training camps, get to know people's family members, see players you never even remember talking about. It's going to be entertaining as hell. Forbidden Knowledge says I'm most definitely watching tonight. I will too. I'll be checking it out. Today is a new day. I had tickets to go to the premiere of Hard Knocks at 7:30 p.m., but gave them to Easy. Hey, look at you. Right on. God bless you. HBO Max is coming on at 10:01 p.m., right? You know what? I think what they said was that HBO Max was supposed to air it exactly. Yeah, it was 1 minute behind. So it would be a 1 minute delay, but it's basically airing at the exact same time as the show. So, what I'm saying? You can't get it. You can't do it. Hard Knock star at DeAndre Levy. Hey, if he was on there, it would be nice. Please answer this question. I love them both. All right. First things first, the big news is an in-division rival is going through a whole lot of hell. And if you know anything about me, whatever turmoil they going through, I don't care. I'm excited, and they should be going through turmoil. The Bears star linebacker, Roquan Smith, a guy that I really wanted when he came out of college. I thought he was a stud then, has requested a trade. Now, ironically, unlike Kareem Hunt, who the general manager came out and said, no, we're not trading him. I don't care what he asks for. This one says, hey, we're taking it day by day. Well, you don't say, huh? Good job there, buddy. Here's the problem to people. Let me get to the nuts and bolts of all of this. Would Luke trade for Roquan Smith? Yes. Do Luke think that the Lions have a chance in hell of getting Roquan Smith? No. Because it is a divisional team. It is a divisional team. And other teams, including the Falcons and a host of other people, are throwing their hat in the mix. So they don't have to trade him within a division. Would it be nice if we can get him? Yes. But I think we would have to up a price that I don't know if I want to deal with. Now, I know he's 25 years old and all the other little nuances that people want to talk about. But the reality is this. It's in the division. So with that happening, it's not going to go down. I was actually surprised at the very little amount of messages I received about Roquan Smith's trade. But when you look at my box on how many I got for this damn Kareem Hunt, I am confused. I don't. My thing should have been lit on fire for Roquan Smith, and it was not. And that, to me, was a little disappointing. But, yes, I will 100% trade for him. And the question boils down to, if you really wanted Roquan Smith, what are you, the fans, willing to give up for him? That's my first question to you in the chat. What are you willing to give up for this player, right? Like, that's the end all be all of it. What are you willing to do? Second round pick? Could I probably end up still going to get me a linebacker in next year's draft for the second round pick? Yeah. Would he be a proven commodity? I don't know. But would I do it? I don't know. I probably would. Third round pick, guaranteed. A third and a fifth, guaranteed. You can have it. Third and the sixth, you can have it. Third and the seventh, you can have it. Second, I'm a little skeptical. A little nervous about pulling the trigger on that. Right? I don't think we have the firepower to get it done. I think that is a little bit too far gone. So Brandon Blockton said, man, is it time to get Boyle out of there? If so, who do we bring in to compete at 2? Just leave David Blau there and get somebody else. You know what I mean? It's just you just wait it out. You got to wait out some things. I would give a 2 and a 4 in Cephas. Damn. What? Did Doc, you okay? Are you taking your own meds? What's going on? Did you say you'll give up a 2, 4 in Cephas? I love me some Roquan Smith. Don't get me wrong. But the draft capital and the way that I'm visualizing us being able to knock things out, I'm not sure I want to give up 2 two particular good players and a guy who can tell them what our offense can do. Just don't know if I feel good about that. Facebook user says, I'll say a second-round pick and some money. Okay. All right. Anthony says, will you find a better linebacker in the third round next year? Not likely. Nope, which is why I would give up that third-round pick in a heartbeat. Give us St. Brown. Oh, shit. I mean, this is definitely a Bears fan. He says, give us St. Brown the third. No. Absolutely not. No, I will reject that offer like I reject every other thing that comes out every year that make people sick. Yeah, I'm not giving you St. Brown. There's no way. You should be happy with Mooney, right? Right? And N'Keal Harry. You got great talent over there. Why you want our receivers, right? And if you did catch it, that was a little bit of sarcasm. Sorry for that, Whitfield. But yeah, no, that trade wouldn't work for me, brother. I'm sorry. Second round pick is a little bit Anthony, it makes me nervous. Second round picks? Even Q was like, no deal. Hell no. He says, one in the hand worth more than two in the bush, Luke. I feel you. I understand the whole saying and everything, but no, can't happen. Jared Davis and Anzalone. Yeah, when I trade both those linebackers for Roquan Smith, yeah, but they wouldn't take that deal. No way they would. John Bradshaw says, yo, what up, though? Brandon Blockton says third, Boyle, and nothing else. They don't want Boyle. They want no parts of it. Joseph Murdoch says a third and a fifth. Yeah, I would take that deal. Corey Batten says, I think you might have to give up at least a first. Whoa, Corey. Now, let's be honest. If we have to give up a first-round pick, I'm totally out. I'm 100% out. If I'm giving up, I'm not giving up a first-round pick for him. All right, I'm not doing it. Darius Leonard, sure. Fred Warner, sure. Roquan Smith, could he be worth a first-round pick at some point? Possibly, but the other reason why I would take the other guys is because I know that they can cover, and that they will solve another problem for me. Roquan has some coverage ability, but that's not his strong suit. He's better at stopping the run like most linebackers are, and that's their assignment. So if I had to give him a first for him to come within a division, I'll pass. That's just me. A second and a fourth is the standard. Then you need a division chip that, no, Doc, no way. There's no way I'm giving up a second and a fourth plus a player. What? No. It's not Bobby Wagner. It's not like you're getting the vintage Bobby Wagner or Derek Brewer. You're not getting that. It's a stud linebacker. I get it. It's Roquan Smith. I'm just saying. He ain't getting traded for anything less than the first, and that's for a non-divisional rival. I think he'll get traded for less than the first if he gets traded. And I think even for a non-divisional rival, it's going to be cheaper. It has to be. You're not going to get the same compensation that you spent on the guy. It's not happening. I don't see it. Facebook users, ain't no way we getting rid of Cephas. Nope. Well, I ain't gonna say that. It might be a possibility of chance. Trade Boyle and Davis. Yeah, that won't be enough. I wouldn't take that. He would be high payday. Yeah, it would. Doc, you're taking the wrong meds. It's no way. Dr. Detroit got me nervous. Brad Holmes is working on something. I'll give you a second round and a practice squad player. If it took a second round pick for us to get him, would I be killing the Lions over it? No. Right? I would not. But 2 picks and a player, that's too much. That is way too much. So I don't see that happening. Yeah, he had to leave it to himself. Like, we're not taking that deal. I would, as much as I would love to have that capital. If we had 3 first-round picks, sure, they probably put a first-round pick on it. But I think the reality is there's still a ton of people who want to get released after the fact, and I'm gonna be keeping an eye on it. You know what I mean? So I'm just not seeing it. How about we give them Tim Boyles in the 7th? Not enough. I mean, it sounds good in theory, but not enough. The Bears have no leverage. Last year of deals, A-Rob quit on them when they messed him around and they lost him for nothing. They won't want that again. I don't know, Anthony. I think the receiver thing is a little bit different. And I don't think that I think he got 2 years left on his deal or a year left on his deal, something like that. And if he's got contract time on there, they have some leverage. So but could it be something to where they got to trade him within the division? No, that's the problem for me. We're in the same division, so it doesn't work in my opinion. Let me see. Make sure I ain't forgetting nobody, man. I'm glad that y'all are interested in the linebacker pick because tomorrow I'm going to get real petty about the linebacker rooms, okay? I'm sick of certain things and we're going to have to get it done. Corey says, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to, he won't come cheap. Yeah, he's not going to be cheap. This might, second round pick. Yeah, I would do 2 picks at the most. It depends on what that is. If it's like a third or something, sure. A 2 and a 4, no, we're not doing it. What did the Rams give for Wagner or Davis? I thought Wagner was a free agent, and Demario Davis. I can't remember. That was a while ago. I can't remember what happened with that. I thought he might have been a free agent too. Let's see. Tactical Puma. I'm pretty sure the Bears are about to have some of the most cap space next offseason. They definitely have the money. I think they get them re-signed and make them happy. I don't think it's an in-division trade. Minnesota traded with us in the draft. A smart GM makes moves if both sides benefits regardless of which division a team is in. Yeah, so the difference is when they made the trade with us in the draft, they had already deemed nobody in the first round was worthy of their pick. They wanted more capital because they wanted more assets because they figured there was nobody that they was in love with in the first. This is something that you can go and see on the inside the little like draft thing that they had, where he was so excited that he got rid of that pick because they did not want nobody in the first. So I don't know, but I'm loving that y'all are so engaged with it. I really am. It says no, not Davis, the linebacker from San Francisco. The linebacker from San Francisco. The linebacker from San Francisco. Who in the hell is you talking about? Yeah, give me his whole name. I'm drawing a blank on this one right here, Doc. Sorry. They gave Wagner let's win another speech. They did. The Bears are all about needing draft capital. They will jump for a 3rd and a 5th if you want to sweeten the pot pick in a 7. I would do it. 3, 5, and 7. I would do that. Again, I really would. Because I don't think you get that starting quality in those rounds. So I would do it. But when you just look at, some of the other trades that went down, I don't think it aligns with them being in division. So that's the other problem. What up, though, Super Saiyan Lion? Corey, see, look, Corey putting his patty on. Don't trade him. He's the future of the franchise. Nah. So I bring that up because to me, I want people to get to thinking. Now, if they do trade them and stuff, if the Lions give up a first round pick, and it's just to me to y'all, are you okay with that? I'm personally not, but if you are okay with it, I get it. Are you okay with the Lions giving up a first round pick for Roquan Smith? I'm personally am not okay with that. I personally would rather they have more, give up less than the first round pick, in my opinion. But because you got to keep in mind, and this is the reason why I don't want to give up the second. If I need artillery to move up to get my quarterback of the future, I ain't going to have that if I'm giving it up right now. So just saying, food for thought. You know what I mean? Now, another thing I wanted to touch on because I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday was talking about the Falcons roster. So, there are certain people on the Falcons that I have a close eye on. I'm going to be watching like a hawk, right? And yes, that pun was intended. Okay, I'm going to be watching like a hawk, but I'm looking like a hawk at certain positions. Mainly linebacker, safety, and corner. Those are the 3 that I'm going to be looking at. Why? I think there's some people that might be on the bubble, like D'Angelo Malone. He'll probably make the team for them, but he's a guy that I wanted coming out of the draft. And if they, for some reason, try to sneak him on practice squad or they decide not to keep him, I would want him on as a Lion. Richie Grant, they seem to be trying out some new things. I see they got Jalen Hawks listed as the starter, Dean Marlowe listed as the other starter, but Richie Grant, a dual complete safety who came out, I like. If they saw if he don't come out and he ain't gangbusters this game, maybe that's a trade partner. And not a lot of trade options. I think he was a 2nd round pick when he got drafted. So maybe you can talk him out of him, right? They still got Teez Tabor, so maybe they feel good about him, right? Right? Like I'm just saying, it's got to be something that can be done. Another person that's jumping out to me that I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to because, again, I'm looking for people in certain positions is a particular linebacker. Yeah, I'm talking about one Mr. Jalen Dalton. So he's somebody who, since I knew that we were going to play him this first week, I've been kind of watching a little bit of their stuff for their practices, and he's kind of, showing a little snippet of it. I just like the measurables. I really do. Well, he's a DN more so than I should say than a linebacker, but I like the measurables. And to me, we need somebody that can anchor in the middle, right? And Jalen Dalton, a guy in his third or fourth year, 6'6", 300-something pounds. Maybe a 7th round pick can get him netted. Maybe he gets cut and you don't got to spend anything. The options are running wild, in my opinion. And for me, I'm excited to see what that looks like. So my question to you right now is, who are those players that you are looking at and saying, dang, who are those people that I can zone in on the Falcons? I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but I got into this whole thing about the importance of linebackers by people, and I'm like, this is absolutely absurd that people are doing this, acting like linebackers don't matter. This doesn't make any damn sense. I don't know why we would be pushing this, but this is not how it works, okay? So I'm just curious, like, who are these people that you are looking at, that you feel comfortable about, that you feel comfortable keeping an eye on, that you feel can do something for your team? Because for me, as the Lions, and you're trying to build up this roster, everybody is on the option block for me. Not the trade block, the option block. In other words, they all can be got. I want people that's going to be able to get things done. He said they got Dean Marlowe too. I know they do. It's a damn shame. It's an absolute travesty. Yeah, well, Malone is from Western Kentucky. He's somebody that I really wanted. I thought that the Lions would keep an eye on him. But with 2 first-round picks next draft are golden. They can get the missing link needed with the first 4. This is why I'm not too key on getting rid of that 2nd-round pick. That's all I'm saying. Yes, and T. Tabor is still on that damn team. I do not know how he keep getting a job. But he is moved to safety. Just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Anthony, for sure, the talent is worth picking up if we can, but no doubt. Yeah, at this point, if you look at the Lions, right, and you're looking at this first preseason game, obviously you want to see certain things out of this game. For me, it's discipline. I know Anthony wants to see tempo. I know Rumble talked about tempo as well and seeing a little bit of a sense of urgency. But for me, I need certain people. Wait, am I saying who a day one starter? Huh? Are you saying he's a day one? Who are you asking me is the day one starter? Exactly, DJ. So I can answer the question appropriately. But to me, the Lions have so much more work that needs to be done with this team. And if they're not willing to start to look at the other rosters to say, who can we steal from this roster, then what's the point? This whole entire game is for you to be an open interview, for you to steal from the other team. That's what it is. That's what it boils down to. So it is what it is. Shout out to you. I'm not a hacker. And Marcus Willis, I heard they might be updating the logo next year. Never heard anything about that. The linebacker from Atlanta, will he be a day one starter? No. But will he be somebody that you can at least be okay with? Because right now you still need some more interior guys? Sure. And it probably wouldn't cost no more than a 7th round pick. Maybe a 6. Right? I'm looking for bodies at this point because we can upgrade in a lot of spots. The linebacker spot, we probably won't get a chance to do some serious upgrading until people get cut to the 53-man roster. But until then, what can I say? And then I can do about that. So let me see what else we got popping. Another thing I had to jump on because this right here was killing me softly, right? Everybody is talking about the speech, right? We all saw the speech. We all heard it. Everybody felt it. It was passionate. It brought tears to your spirit. It made you excited. We get it. The speech in itself is dope, right? But understand something. You can do a lot of talk. You can get excited for a lot of talk. You can get a lot of passion for it. I get all of that. I get all that. But what we can't get caught up in is just the talk. And that's not just for Jamal Williams, it's for our head coach. At some point, talk is cheap, and results need to be results. I need to see something. I need to have something that brings us to a certain level of respectability. And conversational pieces are not it. Right? I can tell you till my face is blue 1,000 different things, but there has to be some actionable moves behind it. This is the reality of it. And this team is in that right direction. His message to me was bigger than what was said per se, but it was just letting it be known. We were not a 13-1 team. As much as fans would like to say that, yes, they was. The talent said, no, they was not. The injury bug destroyed them in so many levels, and they were not that team. They had so much more. I need to see results. Now, he said every time he get tired, he going to think about that record. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see you fighting to take snaps away. I want to see some challenges being made. Because without those challenges being made, we ain't really talking about nothing. And I get it. Sports Gambler make a very good point. He said, I get that, but you also can't blame them for the sins of the past. What do you want him to say? It's talking season. I do understand that it's talking season. I do. But in a few days, you're going to have to show me. Right? I'll never forget this. And I was a kid, I'll never forget this. I watched my uncle come out the house, and the guy literally told him, I'm going to knock you out. And he said, oh, okay. And he went up the house and he said, well, you're going to have to come show me. And that guy knocked his ass out. Be a man of your word. Your word should be bond. Okay? If you telling me you're going to have this, I just need to see it. Because if I don't see it, the same way I remember 9-7 wasn't good enough, I want to see some actions behind it. That's all I'm pointing out. That's all I'm saying. But instead of looking at the speech and all that stuff, drown that out. Were they competing? Were they? Yeah, it was bad for Unc. I mean, he took the challenge and it didn't go that way. Dr. Detroit says Rodriguez would be the middle linebacker with Anzalone as his partner. That's my hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't think it's a hot take. A hot take to me would be, here's a hot take. A hot take would be the Lions trade Levi Onwuzurike for Roquan Smith. That's a hot take. A hot take would be Lions trade Jared Goff for Sam Howell. Something like that. That's a hot take. Lions trade Jared Goff to the Steelers for draft picks. That's a hot take. Malcolm Rodriguez is getting a lot of love from the press, the media, and fans alike. And I think that many people are buying into the hype. I don't see it being that case, but hot take, I think not. I don't know if that's a hot take for me. Let me see what's going on. Keep on going through the chat, man. Let me see. I think Davis will play major role. I do too. Damn, Unc, shout him out. At Dr. Detroit, I 1,000% agree. Kid has been playing great from what I've seen. Been down at TC and off everything coming from the coach. Yeah. Don't think he gets that spot, though. I would love to see it. Let me see. It said, I know y'all seen Kyle Hamilton get burnt by that receiver. So, let's practice. Did you also see that Kyle Hamilton was in press position as a safety? Who's asking that safety to do that? What safeties in the league are being asked to play press position against a receiver? Right? I mean, that argument can be made for so many other rookies. We can sit there and say, I know y'all seen Kayvon Thibodeau get manhandled by nobody but the wind and fall over. I know y'all seen Sewell manhandle Aiden Hutchinson. Nobody cares. It's practice. That's where it's supposed to happen at. That's where it should happen at. And that's where the energy should be at. So it happens. Shout out to my man Detroit's on Big Wheel. What's going on, brother? I got to catch up to you a little bit later anyway. Going to be interesting to see who the starters are on defense Friday. It's going to be interesting, period, because they said that they're all playing a quarter. That's what I think is intriguing. They're all playing a full quarter from what's been reported. And if you're telling me that there are starters is playing a whole damn quarter that first game, that's a lot of time to see what we got going on. And I don't necessarily think that whoever the starter is on defense will be the main starters in general, but I'm intrigued to see who they got out there too. So that's what I'm saying. Anthony said the first unofficial depth chart is out. Harris is listed above Okudah. Let's see if it stay that way. If it stay that way, I don't want to hear another person tell me that Isaiah Simmons sucked like they've been trying to do with Kyle Hamilton. They tried to make it seem like Isaiah Simmons ain't been doing this damn thing over there. And I'm like, Isaiah Simmons has been performing, whereas our guy has been unavailable emotionally and physically. So, hey, sorry, not sorry. Can we afford either of those, Luke? Either who? I love the speech. Now we just got to go get it to week 1. That's my point. The speech is great. It is what it is. Look, we beat the Eagles week 1. No hot take. Just another day in the office. Just watch. DJ, I agree with you. In fact, there's one of the wins that I gave the Lions to win. I said that we will win that opening day game. And as soon as I saw the schedule, I went, oh, we winning that game. New defensive scheme. They have nothing to know about, right? They don't know anything about the new defensive scheme. But more importantly, you're going to come into it with a more polished and comfortable quarterback play. And the running back who should be starting is now starting. So you can't beat it. Who had the fastest 40 time? Hamilton or Rodriguez? Or Hamilton ran a 4.5, 4.6? I mean, I think at the NFL thing they said it was a 4.6, and I think it's pro day they said it was a 4.5. And then with Rodriguez at the combine, it was 4.52, and I don't remember what it was for pro day. So I don't care who ran fast straight. Nobody gives a shit about who ran fast straight. It ain't like we're not doing a damn relay race. This ain't the damn track meet. I don't care, right? Like I'm not trying to be an a-hole about it, but let's be honest. Who cares who ran faster? John Ross ran faster than a lot of those people. Did it amount to anything? Nope. No one cares. Jarvis Landry ran a 4.81. What the hell is that? You could have fooled me when he plays on the field. So I don't care about who runs straight. I'm just saying. Let me see. What am I missing? I'm seeing a link post up in here. I'll make sure I don't miss nothing. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nobody comments, man. I'm in a really, 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 really good mood, people. A really good mood. And that's the thing. Dave Burkett. Let's see what Dave Burkett got going on here. Dave Burkett has been extremely freaking busy. All right. So, let me see if I can bring this up. Can I make this big? Is it all right? Oh, fuck, this is terrible. This is small as hell. All right, let me try to make this big. All right. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up on the screen, and I'm gonna try to see if I can make it big for y'all, so y'all can see it for yourself. The unofficial depth chart. This is what he's sending me in the link from Mr. Dave Burkett. And y'all tell me if y'all can see this or not. This is not the best. This is not the best example, but this is what we're going with. So he posted it, and we're going with it. I will tell you this: I'm already seeing some interesting stuff as it is. Let me get right into it. Oh, come on, computer! Come on now, don't do me like this. All right, let's put this up on the screen, good people. All right, I don't want to miss nothing. All right, so here's it is. Here's the depth chart unofficially as it's headed into it right now. So some of the things that jumped out to me, and again, this is what it looks like. This is what it is. All right. All right. We already know Jared Goff's the quarterback. We already know DeAndre Swift's the starter. We see Josh Reynolds. We see Amon-Ra St. Brown. We see Chalk. Everything looks about where I thought it was going to be. Right? Like, it looks about what I thought it was going to be. This damn Khalil Pimpleton, I thought he was doing great. And yeah, he's behind Tom Kennedy. Okay. All right. I thought, and again, I could have been tripping. I thought I've been hearing that Funchess has been doing good, but he's buried behind Brock Wright and Shane Zastra, how you pronounce his damn name? And then behind him is the guy who's hurt and James Mitchell, which is, again, is the worst fucking pick that we made that last year's draft, and I'll stand on that one. Now I'll stand on that hill alone. Y'all will join me later. But that's one part. We get on down here to these D linemen, and obviously you got my man's Aiden, you got Brock, you got Aline, you got Harris, and then you look at the linebackers, Chris Board, Alex Anzalone. And then after those two is Josh Woods and Derek Barnes. And then after those two is Jared Davis and Sean Dion Hamilton. And then way at the back of those two is Anthony Pittman and Malcolm Rodriguez. Keep in mind, people, this is unofficial. But with all the talk I've been hearing about Malcolm Rodriguez, no way in hell he that far on the damn depth chart. Even though I say I think he's going to be a special teams guy, there's no way you're going to tell me he that goddamn far on the depth chart. That was a shocker. A shocker to me. Demetrius Taylor has been balling, and he is still behind Ja'Shawn Cornell. What the hell? Isaiah Buggs is higher, which I don't have an issue with it, but okay. Like, I want y'all to see this because I kept hearing that John Cominci was doing well, and he's behind some people that I'm just like, oh, I'm okay. What's up with this? And then you look at the cornerbacks. Jeff Okudah behind Will Harris. Like, what? The hell is going on here? Dude, look at the cornerback room, people. Like, I just want y'all to take this in for a minute. Look at this cornerback room. Oh my God. And y'all want Kareem Hunt. Good grief. God bless y'all. Right? Tracy Walker and Deshaun Elliott the starters, like I thought. I like that if he's the backup to Tracy. CJ Moore need to be the hell, but Kirby Joseph, how in the fuck is he behind? Again, it's unofficial. I got to remind myself this. It's unofficial. But how in the hell is he behind CJ Moore? You took him in the third round. He's the guy, right? Like, you got the safety. Like, come on. Speaking of which, has anybody in the chat, have you heard anything about Kirby Joseph for real? Anything? I'm just saying. Let me drop this link in here, man. I need somebody to help explain this shit to me. I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused at the idea that this is acceptable. How is this the case? If you want to join the show, you know what to do. Click the link. Come join the crew. It's not hard. It's not much. I got to pay some bills real quick, so let me talk about the people who we here with in the building. But good grief, this is shocking to me. People, I am also repping with Man Hour, okay? Man Hour is another podcast that talks all the sports. It talks all 32 teams. There's a little bit of something for everybody. There's comedy, there's satire, there's truth, there's raw, there's uncut, there's strong opinions. There's everything you can get out of it with Man Hour. This is something that, I've been rocking with them before. I've had them on the show before. I've been on their platform before. We've done it all. It's now on, like, the streaming services like Roku, other podcast services. It's a lot of them. I'm not that good with keeping up with all the names. Sorry, Buck. Don't kill me. But if you are down with rocking with some people and you want to get some news other than Lions, check out Man Hour, where everything stays raw. Let's get back to this fuckery of this damn list. Somebody help me make sense of this. Unofficial or not, this should not be happening. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Let me get this one done. I got to get this one in here quick. Is that my man's Willie B? Is that Will? Will, you there? No, I can't hear him. My man Micro Mike is in the building. What up, though?
Hey, what's up, man? I got to say, we have the best linebacking core in all football.
Listen. If I hear one more person tell me linebackers are not important no more, I'm going to literally just like beat my own. It's ridiculous, bro. It doesn't make sense to me.
Linebackers are not important. What we need is to continue to get kickers and punters. And I really think it's important that we just go ahead and just give away all linebackers that we have.
And I don't understand why this is an issue for in the mix of that chart. Look like they ain't draft good. Listen, every draft is a C. You're going to have to prove me wrong. every draft is a C. My man Will, let me get Will in here, Mike, because I haven't seen Will in a long time, and Will is out here, dealing with training camps and everything like that. How is y'all camp going, Will?
Bro, my voice is barely holding it together. Like it's.
Stop yelling at people. So, a soft voice works too. A soft voice works. You can tell somebody like, "Get your ass over here," like that. It works.
Yeah, my voice is. I've been screaming, yelling, bringing as much energy as I can. So there's my voice has been dying.
In case y'all wondering,
tomorrow we have off.
Okay, in case y'all wondering why I'm asking these questions, because this beautiful man here. Let me go ahead and give you some highlight love. Okay, this beautiful man here is one of the people associated with what's that? WMU. For those of you who don't know, that's Western Michigan University, and he's out there helping them football players get their stuff together. So, hey, putting it out there. Good sir. I mean, it's a lot going on. Have you looked at this unofficial depth chart that just been released by this man Burkett? All the goddamn hype that they've been giving Malcolm Rodriguez. And you see, hold on, let me get this big as hell so you don't miss this. Do you see this trash?
Okay, yeah. This feels like what I've been doing to make sure we know who starts for the MSU the first day. Yeah, really, they're like fourth string D tackle or like fourth string left guard is really the starter on their depth chart. Like, now that's why MSU gave like some people. Like, they just be trying to mix it up, make sure people don't know. So most of these unofficial depth charts, unless it comes from our lads, I don't buy any of it. Not in
it
the
came from the Lions.
No. Have you seen some of the team's depth charts? They're terrifying.
Right, but what I'm saying is this right here came from the Lions. Dave Burkett, this came from the Lions.
Oh, I guarantee you, if you look at the Bears one or the Vikings one, it will be just as atrocious.
I mean, fair enough. Mike, what you think, man? I mean,
man, this is what I got to say.
They are who we thought they were.
It's exactly.
You let him off the hook.
Oh, my
God. To my man, Danny Green.
Will Harris above Jeffrey Okudah.
Dude, Kirby Joseph is behind CJ Moore. And Malcolm Rodriguez is at the bottom. Again, it's unofficial. I got to remind myself, it's unofficial.
These are the goofiest depth charts you're ever going to see. Because now whoever, the Eagles are going to be looking at this. And I guarantee the Eagles staff is laughing their ass off. Because they know this is bullshit. Like, they can see the reports coming out of camp who's getting reps where. So I guarantee you they're laughing at this.
I think this one is not bullshit. I think this Jeff Okudah being behind Will Harris is for real. To me, if there was ever a time for you to get a chance to build a guy's confidence up, it would be for him to start the game on, at the ones. I don't think Jeff Okudah starts with the ones. I don't think not this.
It's possible. It's really possible because they've been going back and forth at camp. That's one thing that I was saying. I was thinking, man, Will Harris may have a leg up here.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, Jeff Okudah needs reps, which he does. And I know Dan Campbell says they're not worried about the Achilles, but it's an Achilles. Of course they're going to be worried about it. Now, I'm not saying this competition between them is not real, but I think there's a grain of salt where it's real until Jeff Okudah's got his legs back under him and he's used to his movement again.
Now listen,
because he hasn't played in a year. He's rusty.
Listen, I post the link in the chat, and I tell you, if you want to jump in this conversation, feel free. And somebody else has joined us, somebody that you know real well, Mr. Micro Mike. We talking about my man Nomis J's in the building. What's going on, Nom?
What up, no? Welcome back.
No, I'm trying to make sense of this unofficial depth chart. Again, it is unofficial. I'm going to repeat that over and over so that people don't get caught up. However, even in this unofficial ass way, some things on here don't make sense to me, bro. I'm sorry. And
hello, it's the Lions. Nothing makes sense.
but come on, bro. Like you took. All I'm saying to you is this. I'm going to hold on to this because I want to make sure that when the game starts, if this happens in this order, and if it starts off like this, I'm going to be a little disgusted. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think it's going to start out like this. I really do, and I'm looking at it.
No,
I was there
at
camp, and this is what I was kind of seeing, exactly this.
Mike, don't say that.
It is.
No, Mike, we're rejecting that. Mike, no, don't say that. Mike, you're not going to tell me you drafted a guy third in the third round, and he behind CJ Moore?
It was really like in camp. It really was looking like this. I was like, oh my God, Will Harris really does have a leg up. I think he's going to be your starting or opposite of Amani Awarie. I think he's going to be.
So looking at some of this stuff, like Chase Lucas, there's been a lot of reports that him and AJ Parker are the definitive like 1 and 2. Like Mike Hughes isn't doing the best in this camp, and to me, like that's one of the representations. Like a lot of the media that's been coming out of camp, just reporting on who's getting reps where, does not match up with this. Like Sean Dion Hamilton has not been getting more reps with higher teams all of camp than Malcolm Rodriguez. Like that.
Right,
that's
but look where they put him at though. Look what. Listen.
That's where I expected him to be at. In all honesty. Well, because he's a rookie and they're going to give shots to everybody else. He was playing. Sometimes he'd be thrown in the 1s or the 2s and the 3s. They kept mixing it up. It's not like he stayed at one spot. It's just he's the only name you heard of at camp. Literally all the linebackers you were not hearing nothing about. So it doesn't shock me at all.
What I was going to say, too, they probably did it this way because they want to see – they know some of these guys that are returning from last year didn't really get a chance to play because of injuries. So I think that's another reason why they're showing, like, more favor to C.J. Moore, even though he sucks because it's like they know they love him for the special teams thing. So that's Dan Campbell and Brad Holmstein. Like, they want to honor that and give him another opportunity because they know they got Kirby for several years to come as the draft pick. That's their way of doing it.
We've heard nothing of Kirby Joseph in training camp. I was looking for him as well. Absolutely nothing. I think the worst one on here is quarterback 2, Tim Boyle. This guy literally can murder somebody straight in front of everybody, and he will still be on this team.
So he's
had a horrible camp.
You said Tim Boyle, there's nothing you can do. Now, I will say this. The backups here, in terms of our backups, I'm not mad about, right? But yeah, I mean, Devin Funches, I heard was doing good. He's buried on this depth chart.
I saw that.
I'll say about David Blau.
Everybody, that makes me happy.
Yeah, so David Blau. So reports came out. I've heard some of my coaches talk that they know some people in the Lions organization where the reason he's not moving up on the depth chart is because he's going to become like the Cowboys OC. What's his name?
Kellen Moore, the former Detroit Lions quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's basically a quote unquote quarterback. He's a clipboard holder in pads and a coat.
Like Boyle's not a quarterback or a clipboard holder. I've watched this man in training camp. He's supposed to throw a 5-yard pass and it goes 50 yards into the stands. Every pass. I don't know if you were a kid, this guy was getting booed. I've never seen someone get booed before at a training camp.
But if you're going with David Blau, where you want him to be in a more coaching role, it makes sense to have him as number 3. Plus, if we lose Goff, who would you rather have us in the game, Tim Boyle or David Blau, because to me,
David
Tim
Blau.
Boyle,
David
give me
Blau?
the first. No. Give me Tim Boyle, because at that point, the season's over.
Nah, I'm taking David
Neither of
Blau.
them are going to be able to get us and transform more than, or even
I
game
would
manage
rather at
as
least
a
have
back.
more completions than interceptions on a stat sheet.
At
Let me
that
bring in our
point,
other guest.
we're journeying to the number one pick.
Let me bring in
At
our
that
other
point,
guest.
that's what I'm looking at.
Again,
They both-
that link is in there for anybody to jump in and join. Y'all more than welcome to be a part of the conversation. I've always had it open so anybody can come in and join. As you see, all of these people clicked on the link and join. And another guy is showing up in the building. My man Anthony, who's sitting in the back looking like, what in the hell are these people talking about? As we discuss some of these topics and conversations, I need somebody to make it make sense to me. All I've been hearing is Malcolm Rodriguez this. Malcolm Rodriguez is better than Superman because kryptonite don't stop him. Malcolm Rodriguez that. And this man on an unofficial depth chart is absolutely buried. Please make it make sense for me, Anthony.
It's a trap. They're deliberately put him down there to hide him from view of everybody. And when the season comes up, he's going to be released, and everyone's going to be like, "What the hell?
Okay.
Where's this guy come from?"
Okay, so for you feel like this. Hold on. Easy says Luke always complain. It's not a complaint. I'm genuinely confused. A lot of the names that I've been hearing in camp are buried on the depth chart. And from what I'm hearing, from Mike, this is about what it is. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
it is. It is really about what it is. Again, Will Harris was taking a lot of snaps at cornerback, and it was looking like he was starting to win a job. I actually talked about that today, and it comes out, and it looks like he's started at least on the unofficial depth chart. I said that Tim Boyle could murder somebody, and he'd still be quarterback number 2. He's quarterback number 2, and Malcolm Rodriguez all the way to the 4th string, because that's just what that's kind of what he's been doing. I've been throwing him in the 1st and 2nd, 3rd string in training camp just to give him reps. But the reason why you heard about Malcolm Rodriguez is because you heard about nobody else's linebacking core.
Dude.
Nobody. It's the only one you heard.
Maybe
I
that's not
can contest this heavily. I've watched Malcolm Rodriguez's film for the past 2.5 years. For everybody in context, I've been specifically working with linebackers, and at this point, I'm almost an assistant coach for the linebacker position. So this is all I've been studying. So I've been watching in the offseason to get better. Malcolm Rodriguez, I guarantee you, had he been 4 inches taller, 6'2", and he had maintained his measurables, would have been a 1st-round pick. Like,
Oh, that's BS.
his
That's
fundamentals
That's
and the way
BS.
he – no, okay. So here, I will
We all
provide
told you,
something.
Luke.
I'm going to provide some stuff. So first, he has 2 years of high school being a all-state wrestler, which when you watch his film, when he fills in gaps, you don't think he's 5'10". He holds his weight against way bigger people in a conference that had good run blockers. So he holds his own weight even though he's smaller. And the big thing is Dan Campbell was right when he said the issue is he's small. He has to be perfect, which is great because Shepard, the linebackers coach, has already said that he, coming in within 2 weeks, apparently has the knowledge and wherewithal of a 3-year vet. Like, he's a smart motherfucker. And I think he's a perfect culture fit. I mean, he's
Right,
a gritty
but
motherfucker.
that's opinion, though, Will. You to sit there and say that, if he had been 6'2", he would have been a 1st-round pick. That's BS. Because we know that in the NFL, there have been people drafted in the 1st and 2nd round who ain't 6 feet, and we know that after him, a number of 6-foot people have 100% been drafted after him. Height ain't what's going on here. He was inconsistent in a lot of his play. And you ain't the only one who's been watching that film. I'm just telling you, Malcolm Rodriguez, if you show me where Malcolm Rodriguez is blowing up blockers. Show me that. What film you want to show me that?
Oh, just Google the Oklahoma game. Like, he'll be blowing up blockers routinely. Like, I'm not saying this out of homer bias or anything. I just looked into all of our rookies and I was like, okay, what are we getting here? And this guy runs downhill, fills gaps hard, is intuitive, is instinctive. I'm not saying that 6'2" comment flippantly, right? Like, that's not. Then, like, by the way, Luke, you're right. It is an opinion. And at the end of the day, I cannot prove it. But from seeing his technique and seeing that his technique was better than Quay Walker, that when you look at him versus Nakobe Dean, he was better in the run than Nakobe Dean by a lot. Nakobe Dean was great in the passing situation. He's better than that situation. But Nakobe Dean was touted all offseason as a first-round pick
And he should have been.
while not being good in the run. I don't get that.
Now,
This
The
guy,
reason that he didn't become a first-round pick is there was an injury concern. Nakobe Dean was an absolute monster.
now, listen. I'm just curious because this is something that we have conversations about in the Discord, and it blows my mind at this idea. Anybody in the chat think that this man was drafted in the 6th round because he was 5'11"? Keep in mind, I don't want to sway you. Keep in mind, there's history for this stuff. So, starting with you, Mike, do you believe that he was drafted late because of his height?
Look, he is a raw rookie. He's raw. He's a rookie. He needs to learn a lot. From what I've seen in camp, he had some good plays, but he also had some rookie plays where he's missing assignments. That's kind of what you expected. So, no, I don't think he'd be a guaranteed first-round pick if he was just a couple inches above. Would he may have got drafted a little bit earlier? Yeah, very well. And I don't hate Malcolm Rodriguez. I hope Malcolm Rodriguez, plays for the Lions. Love it. I want to see him because I want the young guys playing. But for him to be the greatest linebacker to ever exist, it's hard for me to say something like that. He's a rookie. It's going to take him some time. He's a young player. Let this guy develop, slowly, and then once he's ready, let him be unleashed.
What say you, Anthony? Do you think if he had been taller, he'd have been a first-round pick?
that was not the argument.
I don't know if it'd have been a first-round pick, but I know he would have been drafted a lot higher. And I've said this on your pod before. It was his height and his arm span. But as many of us have told you, Luke, Will's mentioned that the wrestling background, it teaches him to grapple, how to deal with guys who are bigger than him, shed the blocks. And in college, you can see him do that. All these negatives that were against him in his scouting reports, you saw in his play that they weren't an issue for him. It was just lazy scouting at the time in terms of that. And I said he should have gone a lot higher. Luke, because you were on our draft stream during the draft, and I came on late, and I was delighted we got him there. His height played a lot in his fall, and he should have gone a lot higher on his intangibles alone.
Okay. Oh, listen, I'm getting the opinion of the people. Nomis, what do you think? Do you think he would have been drafted higher or in the 1st round, for that matter, had he been taller?
Hell no. Look, so the thing is, no. No, but what I'm saying is, first off, you gotta look at Devin Lloyd. First of all, he was like 5'11", built like a wide receiver, and he went in the 1st round. So the thing about it is, to me, I don't want to blame part of it being the school he probably went to, but the other thing is too, when you look at some of the linebackers that are on that board, the Lions chose players, whether we like them or not, that they chose that they like at certain rounds. That's how they do it. If you pay attention to the inside, and then they get guys they like and they prefer each round. So where they would have liked, where they saw him at, they liked him there, and he made it there for him. So he could have gotten drafted higher.
Mike. Go ahead, no. We don't lost Mike.
But no. But yeah, he wouldn't have. I could see maybe the 4th round. I could see the 3rd, but not the 1st. For you to be the 1st round pick, there has to be some things that kind of pop off on film, in gameplay. There has to be some marquee games for you to do to even get really talented, even in the 2nd round, to let alone 1st round. And he just wasn't going to beat out guys like Brian Osmoa, Chad Moon, a lot of guys who could have almost made a case for a late 1st round pick or early 2nd round evaluation. So he could have got drafted higher, but not 1st round.
Now, shout out to Mike. Mike said he had to drop out for the kids. Hey, appreciate you for coming through and jumping in. 100% enjoy every bit of it. I see a lot of people who's asking questions about like Devin Lloyd is 6'3", isn't he? I'm like, yeah, he is. I think he's like 6'3", whatever. Roquan Smith is 25. Need to get him bed. I mean, we can talk about that. This is my view on it, and then we can probably move on from the Malcolm Rodriguez. Although my issue isn't about the player as much as the idea. The history tells me that height played no role in it. There were so many other linebackers taken after him who were taller and statistically in line with what he was. And the wrestling thing, I think that's cool if he was being drafted by WWE, but he wasn't. He was drafted to play football, and I don't care that he was a wrestler. I really don't. If he was a wrestler and he's a lineman, sure, maybe, but for the most part, he has to move from space to space, sideline to sideline is what I want to see. Can he do that? Yes. Does he show signs of instincts? Sure. But does that mean he was drafted late? No, they just simply were better options. That's all it was. But the problem that I have with this depth chart is that this depth chart, to me, again, unofficial, they got him buried way too low for the unofficial depth chart that's being provided to Dave Burkett from the Lions.
Yeah. So
how many receivers drafted before Amon-Ra last year though were better than him? There's always someone who falls for a reason.
No. Listen, that
there's
part
always,
is true.
It doesn't mean there's necessarily better linebackers. There, people
No,
look for
but
different
I'm not.
things in that.
But Anthony, I'm not saying that people can't be drafted before other people and other people be better. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I don't believe his height was the reason he did not get drafted high. There were other people that they thought were better options, and they took them. In the case of Amon-Ra St. Brown, he came out in one of the years that had way too many goddamn receivers entering that draft, and that's where he fell. In my opinion, I had Amon-Ra St. Brown as a second-round pick. The same way I had Amani, I'm going to botch his goddamn last name. That guy. That guy. The same way he went in the fifth. And I'm like, dude, he's at least a second-round talent, in my opinion. And he's lived up to that hype. So I get it. I'm not saying Malcolm Rodriguez in a year or two couldn't be a stud. But this idea that his height is the issue is BS. It just is. If you can play the game and you're consistent at playing the game, you will be drafted high. There's people like Devin Bush, Stephen Tulloch, and the list goes on. Hell, I even throw Ernie Sims in there. Ernie Sims is no way in hell no freaking 6 feet tall. That is a lie. That is a flat-out lie. But I do understand that people can be better. I just think that the idea that his height was the reason he failed was not it. He was inconsistent.
Yeah. To me, so the reason I bring up the height is because I have multiple friends who are in the scouting industry, one's with the Steelers, and I talk to professional scouts who come through and occasionally pick their brains about prototypes and who they look for. And there's entire teams where if your tackle does not have 34-inch arms, cut. You're not never on that draft board. And there's a lot of people. Like I talked to one guy who was a data analyst for the Giants who said and this was a profound quote for me. It is easier to explain a mistake if you say it was for potential. So Malcolm Rodriguez versus who is the fourth rounder for the Denver Broncos. He was a former 5-star linebacker. Raw. He was just an athlete on the field. It's much easier to explain to the owner, look, I gambled on potential, didn't hit, than rather, hey, we took somebody we thought was a great football player, but they're not. So now, at least there's a reason, we gambled on potential, rather than, look, we got somebody who we think was good and they're not, type deal. And it shows up in people like Ali Fayyad, who was an edge rusher for the Western Michigan last year. 13 sacks, was the active leader in strip sacks last year. And he only has 32-inch arms. Went undrafted, got signed by the Eagles as a UDFA. The literal first day of camp, the Eagles defensive coordinator calls my defensive coordinator and goes, what the fuck? How did he fall? How did no one see this guy? Because they just saw 32-inch arms and 6'2". That was literally all the reason. When if you watched his tape, that man came off the edge lightning quick. Amazing get off.
But the problem is
all this type of stuff. And what I'm saying here is Wait.
Will, just hold on.
I'm going to wrap it up real quick.
Yeah,
because
because we go on a little bit longer than we need to. I didn't ask for the synopsis. I want to get to some other people's
my thing is
about this. So, but I want to move it forward. So here's the thing. Even in your evaluation, you talked about you talked about, oh, you got friends who are in the scout. It's all their opinion. It's all a bunch of BS and opinion. I think it boils down to what Helmden points out. There were just other people with better options at that position, period. And if you go through and you just look at the reality of it, the height was not why he failed. He was inconsistent. He was in the list of linebackers who missed a lot of tackles. He was known for that. That wasn't something that was made up. He missed a lot of tackles. And so when you see those type of things, and as a linebacker, you want somebody who's consistent in that regard, because that's what you're making your money off of. All I'm saying to you is this. Can he end up being a great player for the Lions? Fuck yes. I was really high on DeAndre Levy, and they wouldn't put him in for the longest, and I kept saying this guy needs to be in the game, and it didn't happen. But all I'm saying is under no circumstance do I believe the opinion that his height is why he was drafted late. Nope, there were better options, and we will find out if those people who thought there were better options actually felt that there were better options and played in playing time. That's the difference. I just don't buy it. You know what I mean? I don't buy it whatsoever. Now, let's talk about this though, because this part of the thing, again, he is still
real quick, Luke. I got to get out of here. I'm driving 2 hours to get back to Detroit for tomorrow's practice. So take it easy, bro.
Oh, you leaving now?
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
Well, listen, you be safe, man. You said 2 hours. Why is it 2 hours? Wait a minute. You driving where?
Yeah, it's just going back to Detroit.
That's 2 hours. I thought that was. Well, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, it's not that far.
No. I almost told myself because I have a strong foot. I'm the reason why they patrolling the freeways right now. You know, when you're hearing these stories about people doing way over 70, that is me. I've done that one before.
Oh,
all right, so
God.
you be safe on your trip, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me on, Luke. Take it easy. Have a wonderful night.
Peace, Will.
Yeah, I mean, look, Anthony, I know Will is big on him. I know you big on him. He could end up being a good player for us, but right now, don't see it. Height is not the issue. I can name too many players who was taken higher than he was. That's the same damn height. Stephen Tulloch. I can just keep going down the list. Devin Bush.
So if all I'd say, Luke, is if you go and look through the scouting reports on him before the draft, I guarantee you 9/10 of the ones you'll find will talk about the physicality because of his height. And is he going to get bullied by bigger tight ends, bigger running backs in the league because of how high he is and because of his wingspan? You know, that's why I've been sort of quite high on mentioning this all the time, because the scouting reports just say he might struggle at the next level because of his height, etc. That's why. And by the way he plays, these are not issues for him. And that's the thing. You just have to. That's all I'll say on it.
Yeah, I don't think when they talk about the physicality, they're talking about can he do it height wise. I just think that you cannot be in the top 10, let alone top 5 of missed tackles at your position and be shocked when people question you. I don't care who you is. If you're missing tackles, yeah, you're going to get overlooked. Who got time to teach you tackling in the pro level? That it mind boggles me. It's no way. I don't buy it.
With respect, he had 440 tackles in college. I mean,
that's beautiful.
You say that there's a big missed tackle percentage, but the more tackles you make, the more likely you're going to miss some every now and then. So it's not necessarily a fact that he's just missing loads of tackles. Those are huge numbers for college over a few years. So that's not even including his tackles for loss. There was about another 40 tackles for loss on that. So you're talking about 450 tackles over his college career. So it's not like he can't do it.
No, I feel you, but I've also seen a lot of players who dominated in college come to the pros and do not a damn thing. And so now I'm believing that the guy that the Lions – I put it this way. If Lions fans had this same energy for this guy before the draft, I would have said, okay, cool. If Lions fans had the same energy if he was on, say, the Bears or the Vikings or he was on the Packers, I would say, cool. They only have this energy because He's a lion.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say he right. It's part of it is because he's a lion. And it's like, oh, it's this new regime thing that we always fall like. It's like a fad. Every time we get a new regime, we just like fall in love with every player that they bring in here, and then we like cancel out all the guys that was here before them. And that's the thing we do over here as a Lions fan base. I don't know why. It really Detroit fans, period, but especially with the Lions. You know, like people want to run Swift out of the gate right now. And
Right.
Jamal
I mean, the only thing I'd say to that is when was the last time there was such a general consensus push behind a day 3 pick? It's not like this happened with
last year.
It's not
Last year.
like, hang on, Jamar Jefferson was the only pick after round 4 last year. So I'm talking day 3 picks here.
The year before that, every year before that, I could find somebody going all the way back to Zach Zenner, all the way back to Zach Follett, all the way back to Brandon Powell.
Well, I could find you an example of someone who's back to third round. I did it with Jamal last year. I was massively on his train last year. But this is a very broad sway back, and there are a lot of people behind him here, not just fans, beat writers, etc. I can guarantee you there's not been this much buzz around a day 3 pick in years. And I would say that now for you. I know I get what Nomis is saying. Yeah, there is a lot, like Barnes last year, McNeil.
No. I'll just throw some names out there. We drafted a running back in the 5th round, 2020, that didn't make the roster because he got released, and now he's with the Eagles. Cephas, I defended him, and I still ride with him. John Pennicini, the D tackle that Luke brought up earlier that was drafted, Ja'Shawn Cornell. Then you had the year before that, you had the wide receiver from Hawaii, I believe, or where was he from?
Travis Fulgham
Travis Fulgham, the tight end from Georgia. Several. It's like that every year. It's a regime thing. We love our GMs when they get hired their first few years, and we just think everybody they get in those late rounds are steals. It's only been 2 that were worth the hype, and one was even hyped up. He just played up to that level. That was Quandre Diggs, and the other one is Emmanuel Warrior. They the only 2 I think that were late round studs that we got that actually played up today better than what they were drafted at. And one we ran out of here.
See, with all those though, it's like
I forgot that guy, Tim Toon.
It's like with Pennicini, he worked his way into the team and people started backing him as they went on. He wasn't given fanfare over the summer. No one really thought anything of him. And that's a lot with the case here. This is hype that's over the summer, and it's generated, and it's over a wide base of fans. This is something that hasn't been seen by a day 3 pick in a while. I can guarantee you that. And there's a reason why.
Yeah, I had to mute you long because you was getting feedback from the and back into the mic. And then Drew beat me to it. Says, "Ant, turn off your computer out here."
But it was not mine.
It was known. Dr. Detroit says, "It says, what up, Drew? You know the usual deal here, bro." And Drew says, "I'm aware." Yes. I just don't buy it, man. We do this every year. We hype up players, and it is what it is. It is. We hype them up every single time, and I wish I could not be that person, but no matter who we get, it is what it is. Houndum says Luke don't want you to get hyped about anybody except who he's hyped about. Not true. Not true at all. My attitude to it is we don't need to make up things like, oh, his height is why he was drafted, or he would have been a first round pick. Past who? You wasn't taking him ahead of Devin Lloyd. Who in the first round was taken that you would take Malcolm Rodriguez ahead of coming out of college? Who? You wasn't doing it. You weren't taking him ahead of no pass rushers. You weren't taking him ahead of none of them cornerbacks. There was nobody in the first round you were taking Malcolm Rodriguez ahead of. And that's not my opinion. That's just facts. He says that there's a lot of love for Felicia Son. Yeah, I love this. I've been from Miami. What is his damn name? I love that guy. I can't think of his damn name right now.
Brad Kaya.
Yeah, Kaya. Yeah, I would have loved to have him. I wouldn't draft a linebacker in the 6th round. 6th round seems good. I wouldn't draft a linebacker. Huh? What you mean? You saying you wouldn't, but the 6th round seems good? I'm confused. I don't know. But I liked the Kaya. I thought Kaya had the physical abilities, but at the end of the day, they never gave the man a fair shot and shot his head right up out of here. And I remember when we had got Cliff Averill, I watched like a few games of Cliff Averill, and I was like, hey, he should be the starter. And this is before I even touched YouTube, and I had all these friends who I was like, dude, I'm telling you, he should really be the starter. He's doing so much better than what we got out there. Oh, he said that's the right round to draft a linebacker. Oh, okay. You know, I'm just like, okay.
Everything better now?
Nah, I still hear my feedback.
Okay.
Now, speaking of this and looking at this again, unofficial, right, Anthony? We gotta say this. I don't want nobody to say I'm pushing it. It is unofficial, but there's still some things in here that's concerning to me, right? Now, Levi is backing up Michael Brockers. Fine. Don't care. Isaiah Buggs, fine. Don't care. Charles Harris, fine. Don't care. I haven't heard too much about Josh Woods, but he's up there. So whatever, that's strange. It's just that Malcolm Rodriguez being that low was some bullshit. And then Kirby Joseph, the guy you took in the 3rd round, is behind CJ Moore. That to me is more of the scary indictment. The Jeff Okudah being behind Will Harris, is that concerning?
I mean, I think you have to take these things at face value. There's a long way till the season yet, and you've got the games to come. I don't know. Maybe this is how they feel at the minute now. But again, you'll see soon because the first round of cuts come in, a week? So, take a look at the names that disappear off this chart then and see where they're lined up, and then have a look afterwards. I looked through some of this, and there are some I don't believe. It's like, I don't believe Julian's so far up the chart. I don't believe, Tom Kennedy's that far up the charts. CJ Moore's there for his special teams. And, if Kirby Joseph can't do special teams as well as CJ Moore, then, yeah, he's probably going to be behind him at the minute because Kirby Joseph is a project. And I think a lot of people are trying to hype up Kirby just to kind of excuse the fact that we didn't go higher on a safety and give him, give more help to that room there. And he's going to take time to bed in. So, I can understand maybe why he's down there a bit, but we'll see. The cuts are coming soon. The first game's coming soon. So this will change drastically by this time next week.
First of all, shout out to Tactical Puma for this one. He says Tom Kennedy must have a secret lifetime contract. I swear they just like, you can't get rid of him. You can't nuke him. You can't. He just is nowhere for him to go. And again, Tom Kennedy is the new Brandon Powell. I'm gonna be hearing it all the way. I guarantee I am. Yeah, I agree with you, Easy. He says not every player is going to work out. It just doesn't happen, and it just is what it is. I am concerned about the amount of injuries we have and the amount of people who I'm hoping are ready by week 1 because I want to see them play. I want to see Levi play. I want to see the tight end who I think is one of the stupidest draft picks that we had last year, and I've been openly saying that, and I'm going to stay saying it until he proves me wrong, and he won't. Right? He won't. But I
feel attacked, Luke.
Hey, I hate that freaking tight end. I was so ticked.
Well, look, I want to tell you what one person I've talked about a lot, and we've not mentioned this. In that Levi tweet where they said he might be ready for week 1, who else was in there injured? Julian in there injured. I mean, I'm fed up of the lack of consistency from him. I'm fed up of the injuries. He needs these preseason games and snaps more than anybody, and is injured again. This is what I mean by zero tolerance with injuries. There has to come a point sooner rather than later where you say enough is enough. I ain't putting up with this no more. Him and Levi are both in hot water at the minute with these injury records.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Levi. Levi again.
I'm waiting more on Levi, but Julian's in very hot
Julian,
water.
when we took Julian, this was my exact reaction from Julian. I went, okay. Because to me, when I looked at who was on the board when we took Julian Okoye, I'm thinking I didn't see enough consistency for him to be a pick. There are certain people I don't get high on. I don't. And I hate to say it, but I pray to God that this doesn't turn into it. When you got people saying Julian is turning into Deshaun Hand or Levi's turning into Deshaun Hand, these are conversations you don't want to have. And you took Levi in the second, Julian in the third. And obviously you look at those picks and you're like, okay, cool. But then you come back this year and everybody's handing out A's like they freaking breath of fresh air. Oh, everybody gets an A. Jamison Williams an A. He's hurt. Pascal's an A. He's hurt. The tight end Mitchell an A. He's hurt. All these people hurt. And I'm just tired of looking at people being hurt and they coming in ready to play day one. And this is why every draft going forward for me, I don't care who we take, will be a C. We can take the next Peyton Manning. It's going to be a C. They will earn a grade from me. They will prove to me that they deserve to have their grade be solidified higher than a C. Outside of that, I'm not buying into the hype no more. What say you, Noam?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. By the way, I'm better right now. Sound better?
I don't know. Let's see. Somebody say, yeah, that's better. Way better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, I'm right there with you because I got people telling me I should be excited about the draft because they love who they got in the draft. So I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what we're doing. All right. We prioritizing, stuff like injured wide receivers, at 12 versus what we actually need on defense. And then I'm being told that I'm acting like a guy who just want to win now mode type of draft. I'm like, that don't make sense, but okay. We've been ranking in the 30s on defense for the last 5 years. We ain't had a defensive line since Sue been gone, but I'm the one that's just wanting to make crazy moves when I just want the priorities to be taken care of. But yeah, you're 100% right. The thing is, though, I will say this about the injuries. You can draft somebody completely healthy and they come in the league and get an injury. And the way we've been losing anyway, if we ain't been teeter-totter on playoff opportunities, and some of the injuries don't always cost us opportunities to even make a playoff run. It's been other stuff. So I don't even pick at players for injuries really no more, especially if it's like a 2-3 game type of thing. It's a bigger issue with me. It's the way they use the players that we do have. So to me, injuries, I don't even focus too heavy on it. I already knew some of the players they got was going to take a couple of years anyway. So I expected to hear Levi was on the injury list. I expected a lot of the same thing we hear now with the homie out of Kentucky. Now he had some kind of little sting with his stomach or something like that, right? So it's just I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. But yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, in fairness, Luke, technically we're meant to grade a draft like, what do they say, about 3 years after
right, that's what I'm saying. Because listen, they did this last year? No. I want to say a couple years ago, they started regrading draft classes after the fact. And I'm like, right, you start to realize, like, God, I thought this guy was going to be something and he wasn't, or I thought this guy was going to be a good player and he wasn't. And so then it turns into something else. And so
I mean, looking at the 2019 one now, which we technically draft that one now. I mean, that's a horror show, really.
The 2019 for the Lions?
Yeah. I mean,
let me go back to refresh myself.
You got TJ, Tavai, Will Harris, Austin Bryant, Oruwariye, Fulgham, Ty Johnson, Isaac Nauta, and PJ Johnson. And
I think that draft got a B. It got a B. On average.
We've got 4 of them left. 4 of them left.
And one of them we don't even want no more. And we trying to figure out why we're getting more opportunity.
Look, I'm looking at the grades right now from Pride of Detroit. Pride of Detroit gave them a B+. The average grade given for that class was a B. Ty Johnson, where the hell is he? Isaac Nauta, where the hell is he? PJ Johnson, where the hell is he? Let's move back up to it. Travis Fulgham, not here no more. Amani, everybody wanted gone. Have no clue why, but they wanted him gone. Austin Bryant has been hurt for the most part of his career. Hopefully he stays healthy a little bit longer this year. Will Harris is terrible as a goddamn safety. Seems to be a little bit better at corner. Tavai, not here. And TJ Hockenson, in all honesty, hasn't lived up to his bill as a blocker. So I'm just saying. That was a B draft class. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not trying to be that guy. Hold on. My man Nine Drinks came in the building. Nine Drinks, what's going on, sir?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good. What you got for us today?
I got nothing. I just want to talk lines with you guys.
All right, what you want to talk about then?
Let's talk about how golf is probably going to get 4,500 yards this year.
4,500?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even going to sit there and go disagree with you on that. I don't think that should be out of the realms of his passing. You did take a speedster who you're going to get back in November, right? And you still got DJ Chalk. You still got a receiving core that you can go out and play with right now at this very moment. You got a running back room you can play with at this very moment. You got an offense of line that you should be able to be kept upright with. What else do he need to not get to 45? I don't think that's a crazy prediction. Do you disagree, Anthony?
No, I mean, if the offense can get going, then there's no reason why. He's got the weapons there, especially when Jameson's back. You know, Jameson can get a good amount of yardage. Amon-Ra nearly got 1,000 yards in half the season. DJ Chalk can get over 1,000 yards. It's not within the realms of possibility. No, you could definitely do it if the stars align.
No, what do you think? You think 4,500 for Jared Goff is fool's gold, or you like buying it? I know it's hard in these streets. It's hard. It's hard. I can see you right now.
I'll say 4K. Because first of all, at this point, I don't know where JMO at with his injury update, because I'm sick of hearing the injury report saying he's good, he's getting better. I'm sick of all that time. So at this point, I'm done with him for the season. He can come back next year. But to me, yeah, with Shark and Reynolds, yeah, I think you have enough to at least get 4,000 on the lowest end. I say 3,800. But it's not even the yardage I'm caring about. We always talk about yardage. I want touchdowns. That's
Detroit said he getting 24 of them. That's good enough, you think?
24 TDs. I can see that because they may use the run game more. But I mean, I was just saying in terms of people are talking about 4,500 yards. I'd rather see 4,000 yards and more touchdowns, like 40 touchdowns. That's what I mean. But yeah, I can see that stat line for him. 3,900. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. That's about what it should be. 3,900 for a guy like that, a guy who can mash the football game for you, don't lose you the game, and just mash the offense. That's the stat line you would think he could be good enough to get, and he should be.
Marcus Willis says 4,500, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. If he's the year he went to the Super Bowl, that was, what did he have that year?
2018. That would be. Oh, wait a minute. What did he get?
I gotta go and look that up. What year was that? That was 2018 went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2018 went to the Super Bowl. All right. He had 46.
Oh shit.
88, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. All right. So, and his receivers at that time. Now, again, keep in mind, I'm counting every aspect of this team. Every aspect of our current team. Tight ends, receivers, running backs, and all. We know he had Todd Gurley, but his receiving core was Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Brandon Cooks. His tight end was Tyler Higbee. And so the question that you have to look at is, Brandon Cooks had 80 catches for 1,204 yards, 5 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp had 40 catches for 566 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Robert Woods had 86 catches for 1,219 yards and 6 touchdowns, with Tyler Higbee getting 24 catches for 292. I can almost make the argument that with DJ Chark, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cephas, Reynolds, TJ Hawkinson, and Swift, that in terms of his receiving core, it's absolutely better. So 45 don't seem delusional at all.
No.
Okay.
And that's from a guy who's already waved the white flag on him. like I'm just saying.
I can see that if they healthy. Yeah, I can see that now more so because he also had Gerald Everett too, I think.
Baker had Chubb, a better O-line, Odell, Jarvis, and Njoku, and couldn't deliver. Yeah, but Baker ain't on our team. He ain't the quarterback we talking about that's leading this team. I'm just saying. I just put it out there. Our season is going to. I'm sorry, get that easy. Our season is going to come down to our defense, in my opinion. I agree. Anybody disagree with that? We start off with you, 9 drinks. Do you think that the season is going to come down to the defense?
I absolutely think this season is going to come down to the defense. The defense is going to be the master.
Okay. And what say you, Anthony? You think it's going to come down to the defense?
No, I think the offense is the better side of the ball. You know, on its day, it could be a top 10, top 12 unit, and that's going to win us games. I think, you know, we could have won 6 games last year with the rotten defense we had there. It's going to be down on the offense this year for me. They're the more important ones. That's where all our strength is, all our best players are. So that'll win all games.
Okay, look, I ain't gonna get too much push from out of me. I'm just merely making certain points. Like I said, certain things I want to give you pushback on because I just don't. I think we do this every year, and I'm exhausted with it. Like that last late round guy, we just found the gem, and it don't work that way. No, miss. Is it going to come down to the defense?
It's gonna more than likely, yeah, because you know I watched this team in the past put up down there 40 points and still lose. So, and late in the season, so yeah, it's defensive. Can't stop nobody. Pretty much, yeah, it's gonna come down to it.
Buffed Up says, "Did you see Jordan Davis bully that old lineman? DJ, good luck with Ragnow."
Oh God, Cam Jurgens has about 1% of the talent that Frank Ragnow does.
Right, like you can't even put that lineman and Ragnow in the same conversation. That's like putting Superman and me in the same conversation. There is no competition. It's a reason why he's Superman. Like, what the hell? Come on. And the reality is this. You're telling me that Jordan Davis is the best talent that Ragnow's win against? I think not. He will be all right. He's going to be all right. Jordan Davis is going to get 2 snaps, and on 3rd down, he's coming out. We're going to be all right. Trust me. You know, it just don't make no sense. I don't get that one buffed up. Let me see. Let me see if I can hit on a few more people there. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Gotta go play some kids, man. Gotta have some fun. Let me see. How bad does our defense have to rank to keep AG from being a head coach somewhere else? 32. In my opinion, 32. And he will miss his opportunity. They can't, if they break 20 and below, he's gone. What do you say, Anthony?
Anything in the 20s, then he's staying. I mean, you can't justify a guy taking a jump from coordinator to head coach if he's not ranked a unit that's ever been higher than 20 before. I mean, look at who got jobs this year. Brian Daboll and the job he did with the Buffalo offense, turning them into one of the best in the league. That gets you a head coaching job. And there are a lot of coordinators out there who have produced very good units who are waiting for jobs out there. So, you know, if you can't get top 20, then I think Glenn's staying. And that's good for us. I'm not knocking on Glenn here. I'm just saying he really has to make something special here first, I think, if he wants to be in consideration for a head coach.
What say you, Nomis?
Yeah, I think you're right, man. At the end of the day, if it's like 24 for worse, yeah, he pretty much will still be the defensive coordinator. But if he hit like 20 to like 15, you gotta start, biting nails a little bit but I will say this. What will help this defense is when you actually put talent all through it instead of just one area. But that's another story for another time. So,
this is
true.
I agree. All right, good people. We've been on for an hour and 34 minutes, right? And I'm trying to keep them a little short until the season gets started so I can, get the time in before the kids get back to school. So we get into the final thoughts. 9 drinks. You are muted because you're having some feedback in your mic, but you are unmuted now, sir. Give us your final thoughts before you head out of here.
I think our defense is going to be great after the bye week because we'll probably have Romeo. We'll probably have Pascal. And I think that could just completely change our defense. I think that'll completely annihilate other teams.
Okay. All right. Enormous. What are your final thoughts for the people?
Well, my final thoughts is, I think the first game is this Friday. I'm gonna end up missing it because of my damn job, but
No, you won't. No, you won't. I'm gonna tell you why you won't. I'm gonna tell you why you won't. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit me up on Instagram, and I'm gonna tell you how you can watch it at your job.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get that problem solved.
Okay.
We're gonna get that one fixed. We're gonna fix that problem. So yeah, you hit me up on IG. I'll tell you what you need to do, and you'll be able to watch it on your phone free.
Okay, cool. But yeah, man, Lions football is practically almost officially back. We go see what happens with this roster. Hopefully, this depth chart is just baloney, and they just trying to tease us because it's scary looking. But y'all take care, man. In the chat. First of all, good to see you back, Luke. I ain't seen you in a while. I've been looking for constant updates. I'm like, I knew what you said. You was gonna be having a busy time around this time of the year. So
yeah, it's the summertime for what I do. It's the busiest time because it gets busier when school starts, but when school gets out, it gets really busy because now people got more time to be stupid, and that's the thing. So yeah.
But good to see everybody again, man. Many blessings. May God bless everybody here. So, stay up to date with your boy on Twitter, and thank you. May God bless.
All right. And then last but certainly not least, the Roar of the Lion himself, who comes through all the time having too much damn fun and has some backup to basically beat me into submission about Malcolm Rodriguez. Is one Mr. Anthony. Shout out to the peoples, man. Give me your final thoughts for the day.
You know me, Luke. We very rarely disagree on things. So
I know.
It's healthy, isn't it? Sometimes you need this just to keep things healthy. So we'll get you there eventually. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to this week. I'm looking forward to Hard Knocks. I'm going to go quiet for a few days because we don't get it over here for a couple of days. So I don't want no spoilers. So enjoy it.
I'm gonna give you a way. I'm gonna give you a way to fix that problem too. I guess you. I'm gonna give you the answer.
If you could, that would be great. But
I'll give you the answer.
I'm gonna go quiet. But enjoy that. Enjoy the game on Friday. If I don't speak to you before then, remember, this is a big game for us. I think I'm expecting to see a lot from them. I want this offense to put up some good points in the first quarter. I want to see that they're doing well, and hopefully they'll give us some optimism. They'll show us on the pitch briefly what they've been chatting off it. They've got me hyped up now. Now I need to see it on the field, but it's going to be fun.
Okay. And there's always people, I love everybody who comes through here. Thanks, Michael Mike, for coming through, having some fun. My co-host, Will, coming through, stirring up the goddamn pot and dipping. Drew, who usually jumps on, but he came in, stirred up the pot too, and then dipped on my ass. So to all the people in the building, to Nine Drinks for jumping in there, and everybody who's showing love, 100% appreciate it. Shout out to you, Jon Kapler. What's going on? I got to end every show on a positive note, and today's positive word comes from Victor Frankl. I hope I said that right. He says a abnormal reaction to a abnormal situation is normal behavior. A abnormal reaction to a abnormal situation is normal behavior. I was tested today, y'all. Y'all don't know this, but I was tested today. I had a very abnormal situation that occurred where someone decided to use a certain racial term towards me. And in that abnormal situation, my abnormal reaction was to tell him to go F himself. And if he didn't like what he see, close his eyes and keep them closed, okay? Now, in most cases, many people will say, well, that's just not quite normal, Luke. But let me just tell you something. In life, your reaction to every single thing does not have to be different than the energy that's being put out. You have a right to be within your energy of your reaction. Even if others think it's crazy, that is what you felt in that moment. That reaction is what you gave in that moment. That is who you were in that moment. It does not make you strange. It does not make you crazy. It does not make you uncomfortable. It makes you a person doing normal behavior to an abnormal situation. You gave the energy that was given. I'm not telling you to go out there and be a bully, but to defend your peace, to defend your right, to defend your being for being here unapologetically does not make you a tyrant. It makes you human. And being human is what the first thing everyone should be. We should spend a lot of energy telling each other things that we want them to know. We should be spending a lot of time telling people how special they are. But instead, we have some people who feel that they have privilege to say certain things to you in certain ways and that your reaction must be different than theirs. People, simply take pride in yourself, okay? Do not get caught up in what the others are saying on the outside, because even when they're on the outside looking at you, asking if you have lost your mind, simply tell them, maybe I have not. But that's normal. And who really cares what normal is? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, notification bell, and if you have not done anything else, subscribe. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.